Hello students, today we will see kinetic theory of gases, chapter 13. First of all, we will define ideal gas or perfect gas. Ideal gas, an ideal gas is that which strictly obey the gas laws such as Boyle's law, Charles' law, Gay-Lussac's law, etc. Characteristic of ideal gas. The size of molecules of gas is 0 point size. That means for ideal gas, the size of molecule we will consider 0. That means we can consider it as a point size. Second thing, there is no force of attraction or repulsion amongst the molecule of the gas. So these are the two characteristics of ideal gas. Now we will see kinetic theory of gas. Kinetic theory of gases, the first point is a gas consists of very large number of molecules which are perfectly elastic spheres and are identical in all respect for a given gas and are different for different gases. That means we can consider a gas, they are containing the very large number of molecules और परफेक्टली इलास्टिक स्फेयर्स होते हैं. ये हर रिस्पेक्ट में आइडेंटिकल होते हैं और हर एक डिफरेंट गैस के लिए डिफरेंट साइज के या डिफरेंट मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं. सेकेंड वी विल सी द मॉलिक्यूल्स ऑफ गैस आर इन स्टेट ऑफ कंटिन्यूस रैपिड and random motion. They move in all direction with different speed ranging from 0 to infinity and obey Newton's law of motion. So the molecules are obeying the Newton's law of motion while moving rapidly at random. Third point is the size of gas molecule is small as compared to the distance between them. Hence, volume occupied by the molecule is negligible in comparison to the volume of gas. Next point is the molecules do not exert any force of attraction or repulsion on each other except during collation. The next point is the collation of the molecule with themselves and with the walls of vessels are perfectly elastic and instantaneous. Sixth point is the molecular density is uniform throughout the gas. And the seventh point is a molecule moves along a straight line between two successive collation and the average straight distance covered between two successive collation is called the mean free path of the molecules. This we will see in detail also afterwards. So next point is the eighth point and the last point is of the kinetic theory of gases. The pressure exerted by the gas is due to the continuous bombardment of gas molecules against the wall. Boyle's law. At constant temperature, the volume of given mass of a gas is inversely proportional to its pressure P. That is, V is directly proportional to 1 upon P, where V is the volume of the gas and P is the pressure of the gas. So we can write it V is equal to K upon P. K is the proportionality constant. We have removed here the proportional sign and we have written here equal sign. So V is equal to K upon P. Or you can say PV is equal to K. This is at constant temperature. So according to Boyle's law, the pressure and the volume, the multiplication of these two will give us a constant quantity at constant temperature. Now Charles' law, it states that the pressure is constant, then the volume of the given gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. V is directly proportional to absolute temperature. Temperature is here, that means V is directly proportional to temperature, or you can say the V upon T is equal to a constant K. So this is Charles' law. Now we'll see the Gay-Lussac's law or the Renault law. This law is also called the Renault law. It states that at constant volume, the pressure of the given mass of a gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. That P is directly proportional to T, or you can write P upon T is equal to K at constant volume. This is Gay-Lussac's law or the Renault law. By using all three equations, the first one according to Boyle's law, PV is equal to K. The second one according to the Charles law, that is V upon T equal to K. And the third one, that is the Gay-Lussac's law or the Renault law, that is P upon T is equal to K. So we'll use this three formula and we'll set up a formula for the perfect gas equation, which we call the perfect gas equation or the standard gas equation. So now we'll see the standard or perfect gas equation. It is an equation related to the pressure, volume and temperature of the given state of an ideal gas. It can be obtained above three laws, that is we have seen PV is equal to K, V is equal to K is the Boyle's law. Then we have seen after that the V upon T is equal to constant, that is Gay-Lussac's law. Then we have seen there the P is directly proportional to, we have seen the P upon T is equal to K, that is the Gay-Lussac's law, and V upon T is equal to K, that is the Charles law. So these three equations when we combined, it will come PV upon T is equal to a constant. So we will write here the PV, this way the formula will come, the PV upon T is equal to a constant K, or we can write PV, this PV is equal to KT. We can write PV is equal to KT, or PV is equal to this K we will replace by a constant quantity mu R, where mu is the number of moles contained in the given gas of volume V, pressure P and the temperature T, and R is the gas constant. So this is the formula for the ideal gas or the standard gas equation, we can say. Now we will see expression for pressure due to an ideal gas. Consider an ideal gas contained in a cubical container of each side A. You can see a cubical container. This is K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S. This is a cubical container of each side A. सभी साइड इसके A है. Suppose this is A, and here you can say this is also A and this is also A. That means length, width, height, every dimension is A here. And having volume V. Clearly, volume of the gas V is given by, that is the volume of the container equal to A cube, because we are knowing that the gas molecules occupy all the space available in the container. So the volume of the container is AQ, and that will be the volume of the gas also. Container has n molecules of gas, that is the total mass of the gas in the container is given here, m equal to the small m into n, where n is the number of molecules present in the container and the small m is representing here the mass of each molecule, as we have learned in the kinetic theory of the gases, the mass of the each molecule is identical uh, identical for a gas. So here we can write m. Now let the random velocities of the gas molecules, because already we see that the molecules are 1 2 3 and so on, n number of molecule is there. So we can see here 1 2 3 dash dash dash, you can say, and this number of molecules here. And suppose the molecule 1 is having the velocity c1, molecule 2 is velocity 2 c2, molecule 3 is having velocity c3, and so on. The molecule n is having the velocity cn. So you can see, let the random velocity of the gas molecules 1 2 3 and till n be c1 c2 cn respectively, and let x1 y1 z1, x2 y2 z2, xn yn zn be the rectangular component of the velocities for c1 c2 and cn respectively along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. That means suppose the molecule 1 is having the velocity c1, so the three component in three direction is x1 y1 z1 of this velocity. So that means we can write here c1 square, that the magnitude of the velocity c1 square is equal to x1 square plus y1 square plus z1 square, and c2 is equal to x2 square plus y2 square plus z2 square. Here cn square is equal to xn square, yn square and zn square. Now the initial momentum of the particle along x-axis, you can see that this is x-axis. So along this axis, suppose initial momentum of the particle is m1 x1. We are talking about the first particle, so this is m1 x1. Now it will strike to this PQRS wall, then after collision it will, the momentum will be changed, that direction will be negative. So after collision on the wall PQRS, the momentum will become minus m1 x1. The momentum will become minus m1 x1, and already we have seen that actually the particles are identical, so no use of writing m1 here. So I'm just writing mx1, and here also I am writing here minus mx1. So this mx1 is the momentum along x-axis, and after collision the particle get the momentum m1 x1 but in the negative direction, so minus mx1 it would be. Now change in momentum of the particle 1, that is the final momentum minus the initial momentum. The final momentum is minus mx1 and the initial momentum is mx1. So final momentum minus initial momentum means minus mx1, that is equal to minus 2mx1. So this is change in momentum of the particle. Now by the conservation of momentum, the momentum imparted transferred to the wall in first collision, so it will become 2m1x1. So this is actually the 2m1x1 is the momentum imparted by the particle on the wall, and that will be equal and opposite. That means the magnitude wise it is equal, so magnitude wise it is 2mx1, but the it will not negative because the direction change. Okay, so the momentum imparted by the particle on the wall is 2mx1. Now we know that time between two successive collision from wall KLMN to PQRS is T. Suppose that means a particle started from here, and if it is strike to the opposite wall PQRS, after reflection means after collision, it will go back in this direction. So this is, you can say, the time time between the two successive collision, if we consider t, so we know that the time is equal to distance upon speed. So time is equal to distance upon speed here. That means the distance, how much distance it would be. You can see that the particle started from the KLMN phase and moved to the PQRS phase. Here it will collide, then after collision it will again move here in this phase KLMN. That means before two collisions it will just take it will take 2d distance, sorry 2a distance, a from here to here if it is travel, then next a from here to here if it is travel. So a plus a, that means 2a distance travel by the molecule or the particle. And the speed along x-axis we know very well, this is x1. So x1, that means along x-axis it is for the first particle. Now we know that this is 2a upon x1, that is the time between the two successive collision. That means in this time 2a upon x1 second, that one collision will happen. One collision will happen, as already I explained to you. From here the particle will start, here it will collide, then again it will go back, and before collision to this wall KLMN, the distance travel is 2a, the time taken is t here. So in this time the one collision will happen. So you can see that, as we have seen, if 2a upon x1 second, if it is one collision, that how many collision would be there in 1 second. So in 1 second we will see how many collision, that is 1 upon 2a upon x1 collision would be there. Then the reciprocal of this we will take, it is x1 upon 2a collision. That means in 1 second x1 upon 2a collision would be there. Now we know that the momentum transferred to the wall PQRS in 1 second, that is the momentum transfer in 1 second multiply by the number of collision in 1 second, means the momentum transfer to wall PQRS in 1 second, एक सेकेंड में जितना मोमेंटम ट्रांसफ़र होता है दैट विल बी इक्वल टू व्हाट, कि कितने मोमेंटम जो है कितना नंबर ऑफ कोलेशन हुआ है 1 सेकेंड में, और एक कोलेशन में कितना मोमेंटम ट्रांसफ़र होता है. तो यू नो वेरी वेल, in one collision we have seen that the momentum imparted is 2mx1 here, and the number of collision we have seen it is x1 upon 2a. So the 2 would be cancelled here, and you will find mx square upon a. So we know that since according to the Newton's second law, the rate of change of momentum is the force. Just now what we got here, we got the momentum transfer to wall PQRS in 1 second. That means this can be considered as the rate of change of momentum. ये जो है इसको हम consider कर लेंगे क्या, mx1 square upon a. This we can consider as the rate of change of momentum, and we know by the Newton's second law of motion, the rate of change of momentum is the force. So F1 is the force on the particle moving along x-axis, and the first particle moving along x-axis. So F1, the force, is equal to the rate of change of momentum, and it would be mx1 square upon a. So exerted by the particle on wall PQRS. So this much force will be exerted on the exerted on the wall PQRS by the particle. Okay, now if we consider the total force exerted by all the molecules on wall PQRS, तो total force क्या हो जाएगा, that is the force along x-axis, which we will write as capital Fx, and this is the force applied by the first particle, second particle, and so on till n particle. तो जितना भी force means n particles जितने भी force लगाएंगे उनका हम सम ले लेंगे. then it will be what, fx तो हमको क्या पता है कि this is fx will be the f1 is the force which we have already calculated, and f1 is the force what, it is mx1 square upon a. Similarly, you can write for F2, F3 and so on till Fn. So we have written here Fx is equal to mx1 square upon a plus mx2 square upon a plus dash 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 plus mxn square upon a. So these many forces will be there and will take the algebraic sum of these forces, that is Fx, the total force along x-axis. Now Fx is equal to, here we know already all the molecules, the mass will be identical, so m we will take common here and a also we can take common here. So m upon a, now it will become x1 square, x2 square and so on till xn square. Here this we have calculated the force applied on the wall of a container PQ, on the face of the container PQRS, that means along x-axis. So similarly we can calculate here the pressure exerted on wall PQRS. We know very well the pressure is equal to force upon area. So the force is Fx and the area is a square. So it will become m upon a cube x1 square x2 square till xn square. So pressure exerted by the molecule, this is along x-axis. Now similarly we can calculate the pressure exerted by the molecule along y-axis and the z-axis. And along y-axis it would be py, mass तो identical ही होता है, m हो गया upon a cube and the velocity will change, that is y1 square plus y2 square and so on, yn square हो जाएगा. And pz direction means the pressure is the pressure in z direction, that is m upon a cube z1 square z2 square plus zn square हो जाएगा. Now as we know from the kinetic theory of the gases कि जो pressure exerted by the molecule is same in all direction, सभी direction में same होता है. तो जो प्रेशर है along x axis is equal to the pressure along y axis is equal to the pressure along z axis. Say all these are equal to p, suppose, then we can write px plus py plus pz, that is equal to 3p. या फिर हम लिखेंगे कि p is equal to px plus py plus pz upon 3. So now we will put the values of px, py, pz. So p is equal to px, py, pz in all these three terms. M upon a cube will be common. This 3 is there in the denominator. So it is m upon 3a cube. Now we'll take the sum of all this x1 square plus y1 square plus z1 square. Similarly x2 square plus y2 square plus z2 square and so on, xn square plus yn square plus zn square. So here what we can write, this is p is equal to m, and suppose we are multiplying with the number of molecules n here, so m into n upon 3a cube. So if we multiply with n, we will divide with n also. This is c1 square c2 square dash 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 plus cn square and divided by n. This value, this c1 square plus c2 square plus dash 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 cn square upon n, this we will replace by one single value c. So this p is equal to m into n will become capital M, that is the total mass of the container, you can say mass in the container m, and this the c square upon 3a cube. Here you can see c square, we have replaced the c square by the c1 square plus c2 square plus dash 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 cn square upon n. This value we have replaced with the c square. So c is equal to what? C is the root of the value c1 square plus c2 square plus dash 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 cn square upon n, and this is called, this c is called now root mean square, or the RMS velocity of the gas molecule. So here you can see now the pressure P is mc square upon 3v, where m is the total mass in the container, v is the volume of the container, and c is the root mean square velocity of the gases, gas molecules, you can say. Okay, now actually we have just changed this a cube as V, because we know that in case of cube the side into side will give us the volume. So A cube we have replaced with the V, volume, where as you know the V is equal to A cube. Or we know that now it will come mass upon volume. You can see that the mass upon volume, and we know very well the mass upon volume is the density. So the rho is representing here the density. So the mass upon volume we will write as density. Then this formula will become P is equal to 1 upon 3 rho C square. Now we have the two formula for the pressure exerted by the gas molecule on the wall of the container. So we have the two expressions, that is P is equal to mc square upon 3V, and the rho P is equal to 1 upon 3 rho C square. So we can use this both equations as required in the any numerical question. तो जैसी रिक्वायरमेंट होती है वैसे ही हम इन दोनों फॉर्मूला को यूज़ करते हैं according to the situation.